Hello everyone, Godlike here. Video after our Showmatch versus Mental Rush, in which we won 2-1. For those who didn't watch the games, they were very interesting and exciting games, to be honest. We won a series 2-1 without getting a single Nash. So let's get into the details to understand what happened during the series. In the first game, we had everything pretty much under control until at some point we decided to try and go for the Nash. And in that particular situation, Mental Rush ended up killing us, getting Nash for themselves, and this is how they basically take control of the game. But after a couple of fights after the Nash, we were able to kind of like retake control of the game. First on a fight in mid lane when Mental Rush was pushing with Nash, and then a second fight after that in the Drake, which made us win one. Then on the second game started with a very interesting matchup in top lane. We had like Jace versus Irelia, which means that a lot of action is going to be going on through that particular lane, and in this case Mental Rush was better at the beginning of the game, being able to kind of get advantages out of it after we tried to make a failed dive into the top lane. Game slowed a little bit, and then after we had our Kog'Maw getting into 2 items, we started to fight them back a little bit, but eventually after a second or third Nash, I believe, Mental Rush ended up getting the game. Then we got into Game 3. Game 3 was a little bit of a back and forth in which Mental Rush began with a little bit of an advantage, but we eventually slowly got back into the game, got back into control until we lost a fight. Mental Rush got a Nash again, but after they got Nash, we were able to capitalize into them, punish their mistakes, get an advantage and deny the Nasher from them, and then similar to Game 1, after a fight into the Drake, we ended up winning the series for us. It was really fun, and as I said, we got to win the series without getting any particular Nashes. Now the actions for us shifts into Game Changers, which was announced the day after I did the first video. Game Changers now is going to function similar to what we used to have in CDE, which means that there's going to be like 5 different tournaments in which, depending on where you rank in those tournaments, you will be able to accrue some points. Then after the end of those 5 tournaments, there will be the final tournament of all, where whoever wins that tournament will be the winner of Game Changers. One of the variations that we have compared to previous years, even if we're talking about like CDE, is that each of those tournaments will have the finals be a best of 5, so that is very exciting. If your question is when we are playing again, the solution is very simple. We are playing next week on Saturday for this first tournament of Game Changers, in which we'll be making our way through Saturday first for a Swiss stage. Then if everything goes well, we will go into playoff stage, and then if we were to get to the finals, we would play the Tuesday after that for a best of 5. Finally, regarding CDE is ongoing now with the qualifiers. Last weekend we had the first qualifier where 2 teams were qualified, and now there is another qualifier that will be happening to determine the other 2 teams. After those qualifiers are done, we'll have both tournaments going back and forth between EEC and Game Changers together. So summer is going to be very interesting, very fun for us. It starts at the end of this month, our competition, so I want to see you all there. I hope you had fun in this particular first Showmatch, and we'll see each other very soon. See ya!